All right, let's just jump right into this, because what we're talking about today is a vehicle that completely shatters every single expectation you have about family cars. I mean, this isn't just a custom build, it's the absolutely bonkers idea of fusing a school-run shuttle with a 1,000 horsepower muscle car.
And that quote right there, it just says it all, doesn't it? It perfectly sets the stage for something that is just defiant. So let's be crystal clear. You need to forget everything you think you know about minivans.
So I want you to picture this. You're at a car show. You know the vibe, the usual rumbles and roars. And then this thing rolls in. And it doesn't just pull in quietly. No, it creates a scene. It is literally a street weapon hiding in plain sight. And the chaos it causes is just immediate.
So why? Why all the chaos? What's the source of this madness? Well, it all boils down to one single mind-bending number. 1,000. We're talking 1,000 horsepower, crammed into the body of a minivan.
And that kind of horsepower, well, it translates into a pure sensory assault. The best way to describe its arrival is as an eruption. It literally shakes the ground, it drowns out all conversation, and people just mob it instantly. Before they even process what they're looking at, their phones are out, their jaws are on the floor. It's a reaction of just pure, unadulterated shock and awe.
Okay, so keep that image of chaos in your mind, and let's hit rewind for a second. Because the origin story of this monster, it's almost impossible to believe. Where did this 1,000 horsepower beast even come from? Well, the answer is the most mundane, most ordinary place you could possibly imagine.
You see, the base vehicle for this whole project was a simple Chrysler Town and Country. Its entire mission in life, hauling kids to school, bringing home groceries, just being a perfectly respectable, humble family car. The contrast between what it was and what it is now is, well, it's just staggering.
So, the big question is, how do you get from A to B? How in the world do you turn that school-run shuttle into a ground-shaking menace? Well, that's where the builder, Rich Rebuilds, comes into the picture. And this wasn't just some tune-up. This was a full-blown, no-holds-barred heart transplant.
And here it is, the heart itself, the soul of this new machine, is the legendary Hellcat V8. We're talking a 6.2-liter supercharged engine ripped directly out of a Dodge Charger SRT Hellcat. This right here, this is the source of all that power, all that noise, all that beautiful chaos. So the core idea was essentially to graft the soul of a high-performance muscle car directly into the body of a family hauler. It's this incredible fusion of pure, sensible practicality and just absolute raw brutality. It's an identity transplant in the truest sense of the word.
And you gotta understand, this was way, way more than just dropping an engine in and calling it a day. It was a massive undertaking. First, you have to source the Hellcat V8. Then, you have to completely re-engineer the minivan's chassis to even have a prayer of handling that power. Then comes the ridiculously complex task of integrating all of the Charger's electronics. And the final step is somehow fusing these two completely different automotive worlds into one cohesive, functional vehicle.
And the incredible attention to detail went way beyond just the engine bay. I mean, to really complete the transformation, they integrated fully functional paddle shifters from the Charger. A custom roll cage was added, for safety and rigidity. And that earth-shaking sound, yeah, that's coming from an AW Performance exhaust system. And visually, you've got custom door panels and that signature Plum Crazy purple paint to make sure that no one, absolutely no one, ever mistakes this for a stock minivan. So, with the machine finally complete, the only thing left to do was to unleash it. It was time to move from the workshop to the real world, to see what this monster could actually do out there on the pavement, and of course, what challenges would come along with it. The results were, to put it mildly, insane. When this thing hit the drag strip, it laid down a quarter-mile time of just 10.5 seconds. Now, to put that into perspective for you, that is fast enough to embarrass, and I mean humiliate, a lot of very expensive purpose-built supercars from a vehicle that, as the builder jokes, has the aerodynamics of a brick.
But of course, this level of pure insanity comes with a price. When you push a vehicle this far beyond its original design, things are going to break. Under the immense strain on the drag strip, the serpentine belt tensioner just snapped. And inside, the cabin temperatures reached an absolutely unbearable 125 degrees Fahrenheit. That's the trade-off you make for a family car that has supercar-killing performance.
So, when you just step back and look at the whole project, what is its legacy? It's really about more than just horsepower numbers or quarter-mile times. It represents this incredible journey from the most ordinary of origins to becoming a true legend in the car world.
And honestly, this is the perfect summary of the vehicle's entire transformation. This minivan once carried groceries, now it carries bragging rights. It went from being a simple tool of mundane, everyday life to a true icon of automotive imagination.
Which, of course, leaves us with one final, and I think pretty provocative question. This whole build is proof that with enough vision and maybe just a little bit of madness, you can turn pretty much anything into a legend. But knowing what it's capable of, knowing the raw, untamed power that's sitting right under your foot, would you dare get behind the wheel?